Prosecutor General's office will demand the heaviest punishment, both for those who revved people up to take part in today's action and for those who organized and controlled them.
And on Tuesday night, trucks firing water cannon moved in on the Maidan, the permanent protest camp in Independence Square. Behind them, police firing stun grenades. Demonstrators started fires to keep them out. With each side blaming the other for the violence, the crisis has just got worse. Nadeem Barber, Al Jazeera.
Well, the violence in Kiev has been met with concern and condemnation around the world.
I call upon President Yanukovych, the government, together with the leaders of the opposition, to find an immediate way out of this deepening crisis.
Wer Entscheidungen zu verantworten hat.
Those who are in these hours responsible for decisions which lead to more bloodshed must also know that the restraint that Europe has imposed on itself with regard to decisions about personal sanctions, that this decision will definitely be reconsidered.
We are appalled by the violence that was already taking place in downtown Kiev and reports of armed riot police massing on the edge of Maidan. We continue to condemn street violence and excessive use of force by either side. Force will not resolve the crisis.
Earlier we spoke to Ukrainian journalist Taras Ratushny, who's been to Independence Square in Kiev, and he says protesters are not going to leave despite the president's demands.
Everybody there is very angry about this situation, and they think Yanukovych is only who is guilty in it. And as far as I can see, and as far as I talked to a lot of people this night, they are not going to leave, firstly. And even when they will be used to leave the square, they will be back in much more amount, because a lot of people are coming now to Kiev, trying to reach the city from other cities of Ukraine, and also a lot of Kiev writers are on their way to the square. A lot of volunteers with their cars trying to help all those who are going to reach the square this moment, to reach the square.
Let me take you back to live pictures from the square in the center of Kiev. You can see there the firefighters attempting to at least control some of the flames on the burning barricades of the opposition. Off to the left-hand side of your picture there, you can also see them trying to put out fires at the trade union building. I was mentioning earlier that it went on fire. That's where the opposition has been having its headquarters during this protest. We were getting reports earlier on that when the fire began, people were attempting to jump from the building into the square to try and escape the flames. We've got no indication that is whether or not that's true. We can't verify that, but those are the stories we were being told. Also, we have heard there are pictures of police officers who allegedly have suffered some injuries from bullet wounds. There's again no way of being able to verify whether or not those pictures are accurate. The protesters have been throwing fireworks and Molotov cocktails during the fighting, but at the moment there seems to be some sort of standoff. As Taras Ratushny was just saying there, it looks as though that even if the protesters do move back, more protesters are coming in from other cities outside Kiev, from around Ukraine, to try and bolster the numbers there. It looks as though the situation is going to get worse before it gets better. Now, on to other news now. The Venezuelan opposition leader who was wanted by police is in custody after handing himself in at a protest rally. Before Leopoldo Lopez surrendered, he told his supporters to stay on the streets but to remain peaceful. The government has accused him